everybody, my name is Emma and thank you for joining me here today. I'm so excited to have you on my channel. I'm kind of going back to my roots a little bit. My only hobby besides YouTube is basically pen paling and journaling, and I've done a couple pen pal with me's on my channel before, but it's just not my type of video. I just can't stand editing them. I'm so sorry. But I still like crafting in my spare time. Honestly, I don't really pen pal anymore. But I still journal, and by journal I mostly mean I only fill out my travel journal. So today I thought we would go through it because last night I finally finished doing all the written parts in the journal, and this is literally I've been working on some of these spreads for like a year maybe, so this is how thick it is. It's about 2/3 of the way finished, and I anticipate by the end of the year, maybe the end of next year, it'll be finished because I have a few trips coming up. Smaller trips, but still. She's a thickie for sure. I can't help myself. They end up this way. It's always been this way. So this is my travel journal. It's purple with like this mustardy yellow kind of pen loop and strap. I really like the color. It's by Scribbles That Matter. I was planning to put stickers on this, but I truly for the life of me can't decide which one. So right now it's still a little plain. This hair is like magnetically drawn to my lip gloss. Let's just jump into it because I've got a lot of spreads to go through here and I don't want this video to be forever long, okay? The tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. So when I first opened the journal, I have my table of contents. When I was picking a journal, I wanted something with thick pages so that I could use like my felt tip markers. And I wanted numbered pages. That was like two of the most important things to me because I wanted to be able to make a table of contents where I had all the locations and you could easily flip to which one you're looking for. So I was trying to decide how to set up this table of contents. I didn't want to just pen it in, and I didn't want to like hand letter every place because it felt like it would just be really messy and a disaster. And then I remembered that I had my letter stamps and they also had numbers, which was perfect. And I thought that that would kind of be the easiest to keep consistent without it being a lot of work and without it getting too messy. So I did that, and in the end I'm actually pretty happy with it because it looks kind of like those old school like arrivals and departures like that would flip. It kind of like gives me that font vibe like the olden days of the airport, which is perfect. We flip to the first page, which is empty because I have a weird complex about filling out the first page of any journal. I swear to God, if you could go through any journal that I've ever done, the first page will almost always be blank because it's too much pressure for me to fill out the first page. And in my mind, I'm like, I'll make like a title page or like a welcome to Emma's journal kind of page or something like Emma's travel journal. And I never end up doing it. So it's just a way that I avoid getting anxious. So then this is the first page. Now some of these spreads I've backtracked to fill out because I want this to be like a whole collection of all the trips I've ever been on. And in order to do that, I had to backtrack. So when I got this journal, I was about to head on my trip to Japan and Korea, which you'll see later on. But first, we're backtracking. This is my spread for Italy. Obviously, if I had gone on this trip now, I would have 1,000 spreads for this single trip. But because I'm backtracking, I only really did like one page each. And some of these pictures I took like these ones, as you can tell, but things like monuments, I didn't really take pictures of them because I could easily Google those pictures and see the exact same thing. But the things that I took pictures of were things that only I saw in like my eye that I wanted to remember. And I remember my teacher saying to me like, I noticed that you're taking pictures of stuff that's like away from the actual monument. And he's like, that's cool because yeah, you can Google those pictures and see it again anytime, but you will never be able to see like for example, this picture, the breakfast I had. You can't Google that photo, you know? So then I have a postcard, this actual postcard from the trip. Then we did France. This was a 3-stop high school trip. So we did Italy and then we did France and then next you'll see England. And I took this photo, but I didn't take these photos, obviously. They're too professional looking. And I got this Little Prince postcard, and I've always liked The Little Prince because I'm a French immersion kid and we read The Little Prince. Next was England. So yeah, I didn't take any of those photos, clearly. Not too much to say about that. Next up was Fort St. John. This was the first trip I kind of went on by myself. Like, it was the first time I flew by myself, but I went to see my sister who lived in Fort St. John. And so yeah, I took all these photos, obviously. It was snowy northern Canada, basically. And look at her little dog in his little snow outfit. He was such a trooper, it's so cute. Next up we had Edmonton. I'd been to Edmonton before with my family, but this time I went with my friend Serena, who moved away from BC, which is where I live, and next door is Alberta, where Edmonton is, if you're not a Canadian. So she moved away, so we met in Edmonton and we saw these super cool ice castles, and it was just really fun. And I included a little picture of the things that we bought because I want to remember the stuff we did. We literally were at West Edmonton Mall for an entire day. Next up, we went to Manitoba, which is where she lives. So this time I went to visit her in Manitoba, and she basically just showed me her hometown, and it was really cool to just see where she lives and where she grew up and all that stuff. And I really liked this color scheme. I thought it was fun. Next up was Vancouver. I live near Vancouver, so this isn't like something that I would normally put in a travel journal, but this was my first time meeting my online friend Olivia, and we met in Vancouver, and then she came to my house. So I really just wanted to document like this first time meeting my friend, because I don't go to Vancouver very much, so it did feel like a trip. So I had a lot of fun with this spread. Again, I really liked the colors, and I took pictures of a lot of the food we ate mostly. Next up, this is kind of when the travel journal started. Like, when I bought this journal, this is the trip I was about to go on. So I ended up just tucking some things away. So I have like a postcard, a plane ticket, and like a railway ticket, because they just didn't end up fitting really in the journal anywhere. So this is Toronto. A little context is that this is my friend Olivia, again, my online friend, and we were going to go to Korea and then Japan, and we have a mutual online friend who lives in Toronto. So we're like, let's go to Toronto first, and then you and we will go to Korea, then Japan. So we wanted to meet Emily, so we went to Toronto, and it was the girl gang. So that's the cover page. I need to burp. That was sad and pathetic. Oh, there's more. This is a wave of 3. This was a really fun trip because all of us have the same journaling hobbies. So we were all looking for like business cards and postcards and ephemera because we all wanted to do our journals. So this was us. It says, "Hey there, pen friend," because we went to a stationery store, and that's how we met. We were all pen pals. And yeah, just some photos and postcards and business cards and stationery themed stickers and stuff. It was fun because we would all be looking for ephemera, and maybe we'd grab some for each other if we saw some, and it was just like fun. It's so fun to have friends that have the same hobby as you. This was day 2. We went to the best restaurant, one of the best restaurants I've ever been to, called Light Cafe, and they had like this awesome breakfast kind of platter, and they had the most delicious kimchi waffle fries I've ever had. And then we got these matching stickers. We all picked one in this little photo of us. We all picked one that we thought represented us in the friend group, and so we all have one, and that's mine. Then we went to the AGO, which is an art gallery, and this was from the pamphlet, and I had a bunch of pictures, some that I cut out from the pamphlet, and then I got a postcard of my favorite art piece, which I was like, honestly, I don't really get art. I don't really get this art. This is the guy who took the photo, like the album cover for Frank Ocean. I was like, I don't get it, but I like this one. And then I saw that it was in the gift shop, so I got it as a postcard. And we got beaver tails, very Canadian, and we played switch bowling. It was really fun. So now we're getting into the thick of it. This is Korea. It was so much fun. This is my transit card, my T-money card. And so this was a really fun trip. And this is where you're gonna see the most spreads for the next bit. It's all just gonna be these trips. So this is Korea. This first page isn't necessarily chronological. Part of it did happen on the first day we went, but there was this cafe having a pop-up for one of my favorite webtoons, And on another day I went back and got her autograph. So it's just dedicated to like the fact that we saw this. And so there's a bunch of pictures from it and some like washi tape that I bought as merch and like a post-it and then a photo of the autograph that I got on another day. So this is day one. I have some like autographs that I saw of authors I like and I made this little thing. And just some pictures, ephemera. We went to this Butter family shop, so I have like lots of tape and stuff, and I went to this Sanrio store. On the second day, we got our personal color analysis done. So I included the 2 cards that she left me with. I'm a summer light. Hello. Hey, summer lights. And I can't remember what Olivia was like, summer muted or something. It's like similar, but the muted versions. And so I included like some makeup that she recommended, pictures of makeup she recommended. There's a picture of Olivia with her cat, the lady's cat, and then just like some skincare stuff because we went to Olive Young. The next day we went to the Gyeongbokgung Palace. We went to the palace and we got some cool photos and there's a ticket and I cut out some stuff from the pamphlet and I bought these stickers from the gift shop of like traditional clothing. They're like kind of 3D. I just love them. So this day I have like 3 spreads for. I just went all out. So this was the palace and then near the palace / in the palace area, there's like part of, not the palace, part of there's a museum, okay? So this was dedicated to kind of the museum and yeah, I just had a lot of ephemera from that day and I didn't want to throw it away. I wanted to preserve it. So then I have this sticker, which you'll see on the next page. We have a ton more because we were walking around. We went through the Bukchung Hanok village kind of area, trying to be very quiet and respectful because people actually live there. And we also went to this like art exhibit that had these cool windows and they were playing classical music on like this like record player. It was such a beautiful calming moment. We went to Grand Hand and got some perfume. I got one for my mom. Then I stole it because I liked it. And then I had to go back and get her another one from another location. And we also stopped in this artist's little pop-up and they were like, take all the stickers, take the stickers, take them all. And we were like, we won't say no. We journal, bestie. The next spread is for the Jogyesa temple. This was the first time we really interacted with somebody. And it was this older Ajumma and she saw us probably looking really like afraid and confused and the temple was beautiful. It was this beautiful day and the light was streaming through the lanterns and she kind of like stopped us and like called us over and she was speaking Korean and we don't know Korean and she didn't know English clearly. And she gave us like this fan and a postcard and like a pamphlet and she was definitely telling us stuff. Like I think she was telling us she's playing with the tassel. Girl, you playing? You playing? Hey, don't swat at me. You playing? Oh, she's like, I'm gonna kill you, bitch. Anyway, I think she was, I'm gonna get the fan while she plays and I'll show you the fan because I keep it in my bathroom and I use it in between my skincare steps to like dry the last step. So it was really cute and sturdy, so, oh, that's actually nice. Maybe I'll keep this over here. It's hot. It's always hot when I film. That's nice. You want some too? She's like, what the hell are you doing? So I think she was explaining some of the events that were happening. I guess it was Buddha's birthday coming up, so they had like events on certain days. And so I kept some of the events and put them like in a little bloop, 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 bloop thing. And the postcard, and yeah, and I still keep the fan. You're misbehaving. Can you guys just tolerate it for a second? I can't bear to tell my baby no. She was just really kind. Anyway, she was just really kind and... Whoa. The fuck? Anyway. We felt really just like we stuck out so much in Korea and that we, like, there nobody to talk to really. Like we felt pretty alone, like obviously. And it just felt like we connected with somebody for the first time and it was like nice because we'd just been talking to each other, not ourselves, just talking to ourselves for days. Okay. Then on this day, We went to the DDP. We could not figure out how the DDP worked or how to get into any of the exhibits, and it looked like you had to pay for them all. And so we ended up just finding this belly gum pop-up. I didn't know who that was prior. You're being so mischievous. Oh, hey, are you playing with my clothes? Don't do that. Get out. Hey, she's swatting at me. Them's expensive. Get over here. Ugh. Air jail. Air jail. You're going in outside jail until the video's done. I love having you on the channel, but mother needs to film. But they had the cute, I thought he was so cute. And they had like the cutest stuffies. I would have taken one home if I thought it would fit in my suitcase. And they had this giant belly gum. He was humongo. That's a size reference of me next to him. And I'll have you know that I'm almost 6 foot. So I did get one of these blind boxes though, and I actually have them right in front of me. I got the secret one. Lucky. I was very lucky on this trip, to be honest. On this day, we went to High Ground Korea, which is kind of like a cultural experience, more aimed at like the youths. So they have like a K-pop floor, and they have like, at the top, there's like a, what's it called? That like popular donut shop, not Smile Donuts. I don't know what they're called, can't remember. But it was really cool. Like, we didn't really know anything about K-pop at the time. I still barely do. But it was cool to see all the sets, and you could like dance and change the light colors and the Korean festivals and stuff, information about, which you can see here. And then knotted donuts on the top floor. And we as you can see, we went and got knotted donuts. They had information about all the festivals. So that must have been like what they were talking about at the time, and you could interact with stuff. And then we went to the, was it the Myeongdong? Yeah, we went to the Myeongdong market and the latte department store, which we went there and it was all just like brand name stuff, which was like Trey Korean. And we were like, I'm not getting any of this. So we went to the bottom like food court, like food, what do you call it when it's like a bunch of stalls? Like food fair floor, and we just like got food. We got like cake, and then we went to the Myeongdong market and had some delicious street food. This is another geeky spread. We went to this other cafe that had a pop-up. I'm not really into this series as much. Olivia likes it a little more than I do. So we just wanted to go and like see what it was all about, and they had merch from other series still, from past ones that I liked, and yeah, we got some food and we looked at the exhibition and took a little photo booth photo. And then this is day 10, so this was our last day in Korea. This video is already getting super long. We went to this cool Starbucks and it was so busy. I dedicated this page to like food reviews of like some things that we ate. Oh, we had dak galbi, that was so good. Love the dak galbi. And then this was like the day that we left, so like it doesn't really count as our last day. It was like we packed up and we walked around and just waited before we had to go for a flight. Now we're on to Japan. I have my Suica card here. This one has my name on it. It's so cute. So this is Japan. I liked doing these little cover pages when I knew that I was going to be doing like a ton of spreads as opposed to just one. So we started in Osaka. I love this spread in the journal. This is one of my favorite ones. I had stickers from the place, and this pops open to be like a whole situation. So you can see the whole pamphlet. I loved that. And then we got like this whale shark float, and we had like a spotted, whatever you call it, spotted like worm things. We don't really talk about them in like North America. Maybe we just don't like have them. It was like a hot dog, and there's these plushies and stuff, and I bought this sticker, and I bought some keychains. Oh, I have one here too. I just keep everything on my desk. I got this little keychain guy. I actually got one I liked better, but I lost him, so then I was glad that I bought two. Unfortunately, we got sick basically as soon as we landed in Osaka, so our Osaka trip was cut to a day and a half as opposed to, it was like 3 full days or something like that, because we were just sick and we didn't want to go out and infect everybody else. So on this day you can see like we were wearing masks and stuff. She's crying. Well, you're being a pest. Why are you crying? Are you gonna behave if you come in here? She's like, absolutely not. Why would I? Anyway, unfortunately we were sick. This is also the same day because we went on the Ferris wheel, And you can see all the 7-Eleven food because we didn't want to go spread our germs in a restaurant, so we lived on 7-Eleven food. I had like vitamin C jellies and stuff, and just like random breads and cup noodles. Very, very good for healing. She's in the clothes again. Miso soup, different soups and stuff that we could find. And then this was our half day. We missed the day that we were gonna go to Osaka Castle. And so instead of going to Kyoto early, we decided to put our bags in a locker, do the stuff in Osaka, like the castle that we really didn't want to miss, and then we were gonna go to Kyoto. So this was the castle. It was really beautiful. I took some nice photos. Sometimes I just talk and talk and talk and I never breathe. And this is an actual postcard that I sent home, and I asked to my parents, and I had like stickers from the aquarium, and you could see like the stamp and like the stamp that I put on it and the airmail thing. And I think it's really cool that I get to keep that part. Like I knew this went through the mail from where I was. Okay, you're playing with cords now. She's only being this naughty because I'm not paying attention to her. Get lost, freak. You kicked out again. You lost the privilege again. So then we went to Kyoto, and this was our first day in Kyoto. We went to the shrine. Honestly, it was just so busy. We kind of just went, took a picture, and left. But then we went to the Kyoto. I don't know why it says day 2 there. I think I started writing for the next page. But then we started, nope. What was I talking about? We went to the Kyoto Botanical Gardens, which were beautiful. They were so beautiful, very lovely. And yeah, so then day 2, this is the next page. I don't know why I'm writing it there. We went to the bamboo grove and this temple called Jojakuji, which was close. I kept this pamphlet, very cool, has all the stuff in it. And it was so lush and green and beautiful and shady, and then you could climb up like this hill. It was really beautiful and green. It looked just like the cool photos online. I definitely recommend it. If you're gonna go to the bamboo grove, honestly, I wouldn't even go. I would just go for Jojakuji. Then this was our first day in like the Tokyo area, if you will. And we went to Hanabiori. We got to see the hydrangeas, which were in bloom, and I was glad that I bought these hydrangea stickers. The cool thing about Hanabiori is that there's something you can go and view at every season. Like in spring, it's cherry blossoms and azaleas. In summer, it's hydrangeas and whatever that thing I blocked is. In autumn, it's red spider lilies and autumn, like colored foliage. In winter, it's Christmas rose and plum blossoms. Like I just love that they have something. And when we were there, they had kind of like a little, do you call it a shrine? I guess like a little shrine kind of thing where you could get your fortune. And so we like mustered up our courage and went to the guy in the little like stall. And it was the kind where you like shake the thing and the stick comes out with the number. So Olivia went first and he like gave her this little like rice papery kind of thing. And she had like a number, I can't remember, but she ended up like pulling almost, I think she pulled the same number again later when we did it again. And then I pulled 1 and the guy looked kind of surprised. And there was like this maintenance or gardener or something worker who had come in to get something, I think, from like the stall area. And so he was like, oh, and he gave me the paper and mine had like petals pressed in it and stuff, and it was nice. And when the guy left, he kind of like bowed to me and he was like, Ichiban, like number 1. And so I don't know, maybe that was lucky then. So I didn't pull another fortune for the rest of the trip because I wanted to only have that good fortune. Then we went to Mitaka, we went to the Ghibli Museum. We totally would have gone to the Ghibli Park, but it was too far. So I have this little ticket. I have this little flag from my sandwich. Bing, 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 bing. And then I have this cool, like, what do you call it? Film strip. Mine happens to be from Ponyo. It was cool. Oh, I think they stamped it because I think this was your ticket to go see like a movie. And we saw a little movie about Cat Bus. That was the movie that was playing when we went. It was beautiful and rainy and so peaceful, and I wouldn't have had it any other way because it was finally cool for the first time in our trip. So hot there, but it was just so calm and rainy. And that's the building and some of the food. Before that, we went to one of Shirohige's cream puff like factory stops, and those were so delicious. So we went there first and then here, and I ate more food. You know, I got the Ghibli stickers On this day, we went to Shibuya Sky, and Olivia got me a stamp from the train station. I was like, God bless you, because she was always getting stamps, and they had these little papers this time, and normally they don't. I saw Hachiko, and yeah, we went at golden hour, so we got some cool golden hour shots. And then on this day, we went to Ikebukuro, we went to a Ghibli store, a Pokemon store. They had the cool hearth for Calcifer. We went to Ichiran Ramen, and then we went to the massive Animate, and they happened to have this Given pop-up outside, which was so cool. And we were like, we had no idea this was here. And they had like these merch and themed food and stuff. Then on this day we went to the art aquarium, which was honestly overpriced, but it was super cute, and I felt bad for the poor little goldfish whose eyes were like bigger than their entire head. And we got sandwiches at another food fair. That's what we need here in Canada. We need food fairs, because every time we saw a food fair in like a train station or a mall or something, it was like heaven. I was like, I want one of everything from every stall. I love these goldfish stickers too. They're so cute. Then on this day, it was kind of a solo day for me until Olivia and I met up, had dinner, and got Baskin Robbins, and they had this matcha kinako flavor. Delicious. I also got a waffle, and I went to this stationery store called Sekaido, and yep. Then on this day, we went to Asakusa, and we went to like the shrine, and we had like this frozen strawberry drink, which honestly just tasted like freezer burn. Very sorry, it's the only food I had that was like kind of underwhelming. And I got like a little incense sachet. I have it actually next to my bed, so I've been waiting to put it in my purse. I have this little incense sachet. Oh, it smells so good. I think I got one for Christian too. Maybe that's the one I got for Christian. And then we went to this cool park. I can't even remember what it's called, but it seemed like they were having an event that was ending just as we got there. But we saw the irises and the hydrangeas. We honestly planned this trip so that we would get to see certain flowers in bloom, and I'm really glad we did. On this day, we went to the Cup Noodle Museum, which was really fun, and we got to make our own custom cup noodles. We decorated the cup. I should have included a picture. You can kind of see it at the bottom corner where we decorated the cup. We picked our like soup base and the like toppings we wanted inside, and so I just decorated this page like that, which I thought was really fun. On the same day, we kind of went on a mini anime pilgrimage, and we went to Minato Mirai, which the infamous confession scene takes place in Given. It's one of my favorite anime. It's like a gay romance, BL, and it's such a good show. And they have their confession scene at Minato Mirai, so we took pictures kind of like where they were, and I tried to like recreate the like laughing like thing. Easy in your face. Laughs and does the hair. And yeah, basically we just saw some scenes from there, and I just felt, I was like in my feels listening to the music, like the Ost, what do you call that? The Ost, I was listening to the Ost. And then I think, was this our last day? Yeah, this was our last day. We went to this beautiful cafe with the beautiful cake, and there was like French toast and ice cream and like this hydrangea themed drink that had like jelly in it. It was beautiful, so beautiful. And the cafe was so cute. It was just like, ugh, it was awesome. We did plan to go here because I hoped that they would have hydrangea themed stuff out. And then we went to Team Lab, which a lot of people say is overrated, but I thought it was pretty darn cool. And we got some cute photos. There's sparkly light room and like these big ballroom, the blue ballroom, and like the flower room and stuff. There's just a lot of cool things. And then this is the spread I dedicated to going home. So this was our last moments together on the plane and eating McDonald's for the last time abroad. And then I have a little note that Olivia wrote to me and a postcard she sent me. I think she just gave it to me. And then I reunited with my mom, and then I think the next day we got Korean food at this restaurant, which we didn't know, but it's Korean owned and the food was bomb. It's like my favorite place to go. Whenever it's like a special occasion where I get to pick where we go, I'm like, I want to go here because it's like way far from our house. So it has to be like my birthday or something. And then that's all I have for now. The next spread I'm gonna do is gonna be about my little trip to Tofino, but I haven't printed any photos out or anything. thing. And then the next spread I'm gonna have will be from the bachelorette party I'm going to in Montreal. And then after that, you know it's gonna be the Eras tour in Vancouver, you know. And then yeah, there'll probably be a couple trips planned for next year, and that'll probably finish off the journal. And I'm really excited to see it completed. I don't finish a lot of the things that I start, so it would be nice if this is one of them. That's it! It's the longest video I've ever taken on my iPhone. It's so long that my phone's still thinking about whether it should exist. These are just moments that I want to remember. Obviously I've vlogged them, so you can go watch most of these trips in vlog form on my page. Like, that's my favorite way to like immortalize some of these trips for me. I don't find it intrusive. I don't find vlogging that like interrupts my trip. I actually just find it's like takes me an extra second to take a clip while I'm looking at something, and then I feel so glad that I did take that time because I remember it forever. I remember so many things that I don't remember, like when I go back and rewatch them. I'm like, oh, I forgot about that. Oh, I forgot about that. And it's like it's like the trip was more worth the money that I spent on it because I actually remember the things that happened. So this is just like an artistic, expressional way for me to also do that. And I just think it's so fun. I think it's so fun to flip through all the pages. And I don't know, maybe like my kids, maybe one day they'll be like looking at it and they'll be like, whoa, Mom, you're so cool. And I'll be like, you know it. So yeah, that's my journal. I gotta go film some B-roll now. Thank you so much for watching. I know this was basically just me talking for like, well, right now we're at 40 minutes. I don't know. Fuck off. Bye. Okay, let's let the beast back in. Come hither, beast!